Welcome to this committee. For purposes of this hearing, we'll be referring to you as nominee, not by your official name. This is a committee of parliament on appointments. You're one of those few who are lucky to appear before this committee twice in 2 years or in less than 2 years. We are here to engage you and assess your suitability to serve as Cabinet Secretary for Labor and Social Protection. You'll engage members. You are known to almost everybody here, but the proceedings will be without fee or favor. And we expect when we start, you answer all the questions precisely and concisely so that we can save a bit of time. I'm the Speaker of the National Assembly and the chairperson, as some people call me, but I'm the chairman of this committee. With me is my deputy speaker, Gladys Boss, and the clerk to the National Assembly, Samuel Njoroge. I'll invite members to introduce themselves for the record as well. Naisula Lesuda, MP Samburu West.
Kimani Shongo.
Junet Mohammed.
Nelson Koech, Belgut.
David Kosing, Poko South.
Gikaria David, Nakuru Town East.
Abdul Rahim Daud, MP North Imenti, Meru County.
George Gitonga Murugara, MP Tharaka, Tharaka Nithi.
Owen Baya, Kilifi North.
Robert Mbui, MP Kadhiani.
Stephen Mule, MP Matungulu.
Dido Raso, Saku.
Abdishuria, Balabala.
Bishimpoko Likoni.
Rehab Mukami, Nyeri.
And I'm Caleb Amisi Saboti.
Mary Emase, Teso South.
Nominee will now be invited to take an oath. We'll conduct these proceedings with you having taken oath. We have the holy books, we have the Bible, the Holy Quran, and the Gita. I think that is the Hindu holy book. Which one do you want to swear with? So you may be upstanding, take the Bible in your right hand and recite the oath. Switch on the other mic as well. So, good.
I, Alfred Mutua, do swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee on the matter under its consideration shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. May take your seat and sign to the oath. We will start off with a brief introduction of yourself. Tell us your name, your educational background, your work experience, your key competences that you believe make you suitable for appointment to the position to which you have been proposed or nominated. In under 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable members. I'm very, very happy to be here and to be given this opportunity. My name is Alfred Mutua, born in Machakos, Masii, and educated in Machakos and in the counties of Nairobi. I'm a holder of a doctorate in communication and media, and also a master's of science in communication and a bachelor's in journalism. I have worked in Kenya in media houses as a journalist. I've worked various organizations overseas, also in Australia and in the US. I served as a foreign correspondent, served as an assistant professor. I was blessed to be the first government spokesperson of the Republic of Kenya, and also blessed to be the first governor of the great county of Machakos. And I'm grateful to His Excellency, the President William Ruto, for appointing me into his cabinet and reappointing me and nominating me again for reappointment for a second time. and I'm quite happy about that. I want to say that service has always been at the forefront of everything that I do. And I've always been known to be one who believes in action and not just words. When His Excellency the President appointed me to be the Minister of Foreign Affairs, he gave me an opportunity for me to understand his thinking and understand the placement of Kenya in the bigger circle of where we are and where we are going as a country and the challenges that we face. I am grateful to the President that he has seen it fit to give me an opportunity to understand government by also taking me to the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, where I was able to combine the experience I had out there of how tourism has been able to grow. And I was able to get into the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife and reactivate a sleeping giant, because we need to provide employment to our people, and that is one of the low-hanging fruits. As a result, the numbers of tourism, we set up structures that we expect that by the end of this year we'll be looking at about 3 million visitors arriving into this country, if not more, with a trajectory of 5 million within another year and a half. We're also able to deal with issues of human wildlife compensation that had become a big problem by actually launching a new scheme, which was launched by the President, and paying out about 1 billion shillings to people who have been waiting forever. And I've put in systems so that more people could be paid. We're able to fence by fighting corruption many places. When I got into the ministry, I found that they were fencing to keep animals away from people at a cost of about 3 million a kilometer. 3 million a kilometer. And with 300 million that I had, I looked around, I did my research, and I realized that the government was being conned. So we were able to advertise, and we brought down to a reserve price of maximum of 850 million a kilometer for the same standard of wiring. And as a result, instead of only 100 kilometers, with 300 million, we are now looking at close to 400 million. And after discussions with the President, when he was launching the fencing program, we agreed that it is possible to bring the cost down to 650. So we're able to do many, many things in terms of human wildlife conflict, build dams and other projects that will continue. And I believe I left the ministry at a good trajectory. I am quite grateful that the President has seen it fit to nominate me for the Ministry of Labor. And I think I understand why. Because when I was traveling as a Minister of Foreign Affairs, the issues of bilateral trade labor agreements and being able to secure employment for our people overseas and also grow the economy by bringing in business processing into our country were critical. And I understand the market. And having served also as a governor of Machakos, who can move quickly and bring results, I understand why the President appointed me into this position. We had the crisis of Gen Zs lately, whereby people were on the streets, and the main issue was employment. And we have to create an enabling environment. And I believe that I'm in a position, because of my history and service, to be able to create an environment that will grow jobs across many sectors in government, and also be able to help our people realize skills that they can work either here or overseas. In a nutshell, Mr. Speaker, is to say that from the time you exit the labor ward to the time you are ready to enter the labor market, we want to set up systems to ensure that you do not fall through the cracks. As I conclude, the issue of social protection are important. We have very many people in this country that are poor, that are suffering, that are losing hope. We have many children that are in despair. We have many systems that we've been talking about for the last 60 years. And I have ideas that we will discuss as we continue of how we can change how things are done to ensure that our people do not fall through the cracks. I submit, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, nominee. I'll now invite the Deputy Speaker to be the first to ask you a question.
Dr. Mutua, As you know, His Excellency the President has been at the forefront of promoting labor migration as a way of dealing with unemployment. And also secondly, because migrant workers bring a significant contribution to our economy through their remittances. And then you have also been Cabinet Secretary of Foreign Affairs and Diaspora Affairs. So we'd like to know how you leverage on those contacts that you made to be able to promote this. But before you proceed, and while you're at it, I'd like you to elaborate on two issues that have tainted your image. One is that you are closely associated to a Miss Judith of First Choice Employment Agency. There are clips of you introducing her to the president, and she's known, and it's even come to parliament. There are petitioners from Uasin Gishu County whom she owes millions of shillings and has impoverished many young people in Uasin Gishu because she conned them out of their money. And this is in the public domain, so please explain to us that you will not fall prey, if confirmed, to this issue. Number two, you also had another incident in Canada where you met a public senior government official informally. It was not a formal meeting, informally, and had informal discussions. But when you came back to Kenya, you announced in the media that you have secured an agreement with Canada so they can recruit Kenyans. And thereafter, it was denied by the Canadian government. In fact, the Canadian government ended up spending 2 weeks at the Kenyan embassy to train Kenyans on what to say, the ones at the embassy in Ottawa, on how to behave and the things that are official and not official. So please explain to us those and tell the people of Uasin Gishu how they'll get their money back. Thank you.
Nominee?
Thank you very much, Honorable Boss, for your questions. Let me start from the very beginning. One of the things that I want to do in terms of labor migration is ensure that we have agreements. The challenge we have is that people, when they